Hey, hey, hey. Welcome to a world of laughter, learning, and entertainment. We're thrilled to present to you our video dedicated to railway coupling by country. Enjoy. The railcar couplers or couplings listed, described, and depicted below are used worldwide on legacy and modern railways. Compatible and similar designs are frequently referred to using widely differing make, brand, regional, or nicknames, which can make describing standard or typical designs confusing. Dimensions and ratings noted in these articles are usually of nominal or typical components and systems, though standards and practices also vary widely with railway, region, and era. Transition between incompatible coupler types may be accomplished using dual couplings, a coupling adapter, or a barrier wagon. With our foundation established, it's time to explore coupler types and its relevance to our overarching theme. ABC coupler, automatic buffing contact, Albert coupler, bale and hook coupler, BSI coupler, British style industry buffers and chain coupler, also known as British buffers and screw, English, EU, link and hook, UIC, or UK coupler, center buffer and chains coupler, digital automatic coupling, DSEGF coupler, Henrichet coupler, Jenny coupler, also known as AAR, APT, ARA, CB, center buffer, knuckle, MCB or tight lock coupler, Johnston link and pin coupler, Miller coupler, Norwegian coupler, also known as chopper or Jones coupler, pin and coupler, WABCON type SA3, also known as Sovietito 3, AC CA3, Russian or Willison coupler, Schaffenberg coupler, also known as Delner, Shaku or Boyth coupler. While different Schaffenberg couplers may be mechanically compatible, they may be electrically incompatible. Shibata coupler, Ward coupler, Wedgelock coupler, also known as London or tube coupler. With the foundation laid, let's embark on a journey into Algeria. English, Russian couplers on track, English couplers on gauge track. In this chapter, we'll be unraveling the enigma of Burkina Faso and Côte d'Ivoire and discovering its transformative power. English couplers. In the upcoming section, we'll be shining a light on Cameroon. Russian couplers. In this section, we'll be shedding light on Egypt and its impact on our understanding of the subject. English couplers on historic stock, AAR coupler links on modern stock. Brace yourself for a captivating discussion on Gabon as we explore its nuances and implications. Russian couplers. With that being said, let's now move on to Ghana. Norwegian couplers on historic stock, AAR couplers on modern stock. Let's now enter the realm of Kenya and discover the fascinating stories it has to tell. AAR and Norwegian couplers on narrow gauge railways, AAR Alliance couplers on standard gauge railways. As we enter this new phase, let's analyze Mauritania from different angles and evaluate its significance. AAR couplers, C couplers. Now, let's delve into the intricacies of Morocco and explore its various aspects. English couplers. Now, let's shift our perspective and explore Nigeria from a different angle. AAR couplers on modern railways, ABC couplers on legacy railways, ABC couplers on legacy Bocchi light railway, narrow gauge railways. With that being said, let's now move on to Senegal. English couplers on freight and passenger stock, Norwegian couplers on Indian stock. Let's now turn our attention to South Africa and uncover the fascinating insights it brings to the table. Buffers and chain coupler from 1859 to 1873. Johnston link and pin from 1873 to 1927 on Cape gauge, from 1906 on narrow gauge in Natal. Bell and hook from 1902 on narrow gauge in the Cape of Good Hope. AR knuckle wide use from 1927 on Cape gauge. The first application of these couplers in what is now South Africa was in 1904 by the ultra-progressive Central South African Railways CSAR on their rolling stock for the limited expresses between Johannesburg and Pretoria. At least some versions of the automatic couplers used in South Africa follows the Henrichet coupler patent and not the AAR version. The following note is given on drawing Me automatic coupler, type MS 127mm x 114, also referred to as SASKOP Sud-Africans Spoor Coupler South African Railways coupler. The copyright in this drawing vests in Societe Anonyme Usines Emile Henriquet of Court Saint-Etienne, Belgium. The said company is also the owner of the patent in respect of the automatic coupler covered by this drawing Willison from 1973 on narrow gauge in the Cape Province. WABCON type from 1984 on an ENU rolling stock. Also used on Class ENU rolling stock built from 1988. Scharfenberg from 2012 on Gautrain, from 2016 on UPRA-SAM commuter stock. In this section, we'll be deep diving into Tanzania, unraveling its complexities and uncovering valuable insights. Norwegian couplers on track, AR couplers on gauge track, AR couplers on track. In this section, we'll be shedding light on Togo and its impact on our understanding of the subject. Center buffer and sidechain couplers, Norwegian couplers on Indian stock. The time has come to unravel the secrets behind Tunisia and gain a deeper understanding. English couplers. In the following section, we'll be immersing ourselves in the captivating world of Uganda. Narrow gauge, Norwegian couplers, standard gauge, AAR couplers. Moving ahead, let's uncover the hidden gems within Bangladesh and discover their significance. AAR couplers on stock, Norwegian couplers on stock. In the following section, we'll be immersing ourselves in the captivating world of Cambodia. English couplers on older stock, AAR couplers on newer stock. Get ready for a captivating exploration as we unravel the layers of China and their profound significance. AAR couplers on passenger and freight stock, Scharfenberg couplers on high-speed CRH and subway trains. With the groundwork laid, let's now examine Hong Kong and its connections to our previous discussions. BSI couplers on XMTR passenger units and maintenance stock, tight lock couplers on XKCR passenger units, Delna couplers on light rail stock, AAR couplers on freight stock. Prepare yourself for an in-depth analysis of India in this section. English couplers on historic stock, AAR couplers on modern stock, Norwegian couplers on track, ABC couplers on narrow gauge stock, Shaku couplers in suburban EMU and DEMU trains. Scharfenberg couplers are also used in rapid transit transport like metros. In the next segment, we'll be exploring Indonesia and its implications for our subject matter. English couplers on historic stock of Netherlands Indisch Spoorwegmaatschappij Dutch East Indies Railway Company. Norwegian couplers on gauge historic stock of the Dutch East Indies National Railway Company and the majority of the Dutch East Indies private railway and tramway companies. AAR couplers and Shibata couplers on modern stock, Scharfenberg couplers for the future Jakarta-Bandung high-speed rail and Soekarno-Hatta Airport SkyTrain. Shibata couplers based on Scharfenberg couplers for Jakarta LRT, Delna coupler for Greater Jakarta LRT. As we progress through this video, let's now turn our gaze towards Iran. English couplers, Russian CX combo couplers on freight and passenger stock, Scharfenberg couplers on passenger stock. In this segment, we'll be unraveling the complexities of Iraq and exploring its multifaceted nature. English couplers on historic stock, English, Russian CX combo couplers on modern stock, Gens World Railways. In this chapter, we'll be unraveling the enigma of Israel and discovering its transformative power. English couplers on freight and passenger stock, Scharfenberg couplers on passenger stock. As we enter this new chapter, let's navigate the complexities of Japan and unravel its multifaceted nature. English couplers on historic stock, AAR couplers on locomotives, freight and passenger stock, Shibata couplers based on Scharfenberg couplers on passenger stock. Let's now venture into the realm of North Korea and explore the fascinating intricacies it holds. AAR couplers on standard gauge stock, reduced size Jani couplers, AAR on narrow gauge stock, Scharfenberg couplers on Pyongyang metro stock. Get ready to uncover the mysteries surrounding South Korea as we navigate its intriguing terrain. English couplers, link and pin couplers on historic stock AAR couplers on modern stock Shibata couplers based on Scharfenberg couplers on subways and metro car Scharfenberg couplers on KTX and imported light metro car. In this section, we'll be deep diving into Malaysia, unraveling its complexities and uncovering valuable insights. Norwegian couplers on historic stock AAR couplers on modern stock Scharfenberg couplers on ERL, LRT, MRT and monorail. Welcome to the next segment, where we explore Pakistan and its significance in our journey. English couplers on historic stock AAR couplers on modern stock. In the next segment, we'll be exploring Philippines and its implications for our subject matter. English couplers on Manila Railway Company MRC rolling stock, as well as historic Manila Railroad MR stock before 1932. AAR couplers on MR stock built after 1928 and on all Philippine National Railways narrow gauge rolling stock. Type East on historic stock and on the PNR 5000 class. Type Fahrenheit interlocking couplers on upcoming PNR narrow gauge flat cars. Type H tight lock coupling on most PNR rolling stock starting with the 900 class. Link and pin couplers on the Hawaiian Philippine Company of Negros Island. Older Manila Railroad stock also use link and pin alongside English couplers. Scharfenberg couplers on the MRT Line 3. Shibata couplers on high-capacity rapid transit lines and on the North-South Commuter Railway. Type 10 on PNR 8000, 800 class passenger trains for the PNR South Long-Haul project. As we transition, let's shed light on Russia and its relevance to our ongoing exploration. Russian couplers on domestic stock with side buffers on passenger coaches. English couplers on Eurostock exchange on the border. Scharfenberg couplers on some passenger unit trains Velaro, Desiro and on all subway systems. In the next segment, we'll be exploring Singapore and its implications for our subject matter. Scharfenberg couplers for the mass rapid transit Burgess Stoll industry couplers for Bukit Panjang LRT compact tight couplers by Japan Steel Works for Sengkang and Punggol LRT. Get ready for an enlightening exploration as we dig into Sri Lanka and understand its role in the broader context. Offers and chain couplers, AAR couplers. In this part of the video, we'll be diving deep into Taiwan and unraveling its profound impact. AAR couplers for TRA rolling stock, including multiple units. Shibata couplers for THSR. Tomlinson couplers for heavy capacity Type A metro rolling stock. Scharfenberg couplers for all other urban transit systems such as Kaohsiung MRT, Taoyuan Airport MRT, Taichung Metro and medium capacity Type A metro rolling stock. Link and pin couplers for Alishan Forest Railway and Taiwan Sugar Railways. Now, let's delve into the intricacies of Thailand and explore its various aspects. AAR couplers on all SRT rolling stock. Norwegian couplers on historic stock. Scharfenberg couplers on mass transit trains. Wedlock couplers, Ward couplers on London Underground stock narrow gauge lines use a mixture of couplings. Turkey English couplers on older stock. Scharfenberg couplers on passenger stock. Russian couplers see at von newer stock. In the upcoming section, we'll be shining a light on Vietnam. AAR couplers on both and rolling stock. With our curiosity piqued, let's embark on a dedicated exploration of Austria and its fascinating intricacies. English couplers on standard gauge stock. Scharfenberg couplers on passenger units. Bosner couplers or Scharfenberg couplers on narrow gauge stock. Get ready to immerse yourself in the world of Belgium as we examine its impact and relevance. GF coupler on most multiple units. Henricus semi-automatic couplers on some EMUs. English couplers on locomotives, passenger carriages and goods wagons. Scharfenberg couplers on high-speed trains. As we enter this new phase, let's analyze Finland from different angles and evaluate its significance. English couplers UIC on passenger cars and most freight cars and on historical locomotives. Russian couplers on Russian cars and some heavy-duty freight cars. Unilink couplers cyclone with UIC style screw link or Vapidity cyclone with movable link arm. For English couplers on the majority of locomotives, compatible with SA and English UIC center hook Schaffenberg couplers, some made by Delna on multiple unit passenger stock. Let's now turn our attention to France and uncover the fascinating insights it brings to the table. English couplers on freight and passenger stock. Schaffenberg couplers on passenger stock multiple units and high-speed trains only. Russian couplers on all unit trains. Get ready for a thought-provoking discussion as we delve into Germany and its impact on our understanding. English couplers on freight and passenger stock. Schaffenberg couplers on passenger stock. Hekis and CF couplers on unit or trains. AK and SA couplers mixed in trains via Mukran ferry terminal. Schaffenberg or central buffer couplers on narrow gauge stock. As we transition, let's shed light on Greece and its relevance to our ongoing exploration. English couplers on freight and passenger stock. Schaffenberg couplers on passenger stock, center buffer and side chains on narrow gauge stock. Now, let's redirect our focus towards Hungary and discover its significance in our narrative. English couplers on freight and passenger stock. Schaffenberg couplers on multiple units, in some cases jointly with side buffers. BSI couplers with side buffers on PFMIT electric multiple units, link and pin on narrow gauge stock. Get ready to immerse yourself in the world of Italy as we examine its impact and relevance. English couplers on standard gauge stock. Schaffenberg couplers on some IMUMU and FS Class E. Let's now enter the realm of Netherlands and discover the fascinating stories it has to tell. English couplers on freight and passenger stock. BSI couplers. Schaffenberg couplers on passenger stock. Russian couplers on all unit trains. Now let's dig deeper into Norway and unveil the hidden treasures it holds within. English couplers on freight and passenger stock. Norwegian couplers on historic stock, narrow gauge only. Schaffenberg couplers on passenger stock multiple units. Russian couplers on unit or trains, a photon line. Now let's shift our attention to Poland. English couplers on freight and passenger stock. Schaffenberg couplers on passenger stock. Russian couplers on unit or trains and Russian interchange stock. Turning our focus to Portugal, let's explore its key elements. English couplers on freight and loco hold passenger stock. Schaffenberg couplers on multiple unit passenger stock. As we venture forward, let's examine Romania in detail and gain a deeper appreciation for its significance. English couplers on freight and passenger stock. Schaffenberg coupler on Siemens Desiro multiple units and some ex-German railbus link and pin couplers on narrow gauge stock. Prepare yourself for an in-depth analysis of Russia in this section. Russian couplers on domestic stock with side buffers on passenger coaches. English couplers on Eurostock exchanged on the border. Schaffenberg couplers on some passenger unit trains. Velaro, Desiro and on all subway systems. In the next phase, we'll be immersing ourselves in the realm of Spain and exploring its real-world applications. English couplers on freight and loco hold passenger stock. Schaffenberg couplers on multiple unit passenger stock. AAR couplers on locomotive hold stock in narrow gauge. BSI couplers on multiple unit passenger stock only in Catalonian Railways, FGC. Get ready to uncover the mysteries surrounding Sweden as we navigate its intriguing terrain. English couplers on freight and passenger stock. Schaffenberg couplers on passenger stock. Russian couplers on iron or trains, iron or line variant of Norwegian couplers on historic museum narrow gauge stock. As we embark on the next leg of our journey, let's unpack the layers of Switzerland and examine its core elements. English couplers on standard gauge stock. GFV, Schwab, Schaffenberg or BSI couplers on passenger units. AK couplers within BLSEWII sets. GFV or center buffer couplers. Balanced lever couplings on meter and narrow gauge stock. With that being said, let's now move on to Ukraine. Couplers on gauge rolling stock combined. Coupler English couplers on SUW 2000 gauge changing coaches. Schaffenberg couplers on some EMU trains. Central buffer and chain couplers on narrow gauge rolling stock. In this section, we'll be shedding light on United Kingdom and its impact on our understanding of the subject. BSI couplers on most diesel multiple unit types, but also Dellner and Scharfenberg on some more recent types. AAR type H-type lock coupling heads on as to early as electric multiple units. Scharfenberg type heads often Dellner on most new electric multiple units, with a variety of electrical connection systems. English coupler, AAR couplers on some freight stock, most locomotive hauled passenger stock. Hazard size Jenny Bucky coupler. Wedge lock couplers, Ward couplers on London Underground stock narrow gauge lines use various couplings. With the groundwork laid, let's now examine Panama and its connections to our previous discussions. AAR couplers. Panama Canal Railway link, pin and buffer. Panama Canal mules. In this section, we'll be peeling back the layers of Canada to reveal its true essence. AAR couplers on traditional stock. Scharfenberg couplers, wedge lock coupler, couplers on transit stock size. AAR couplers on the White Pass and Yukon route. Let's zoom in on Mexico and understand its implications. AAR couplers on traditional stock. Scharfenberg couplers on new passenger stock. Prepare yourself for an eye-opening discussion on United States in the upcoming portion of this video. AAR couplers on mainline freight and passenger stock in the United States and Alaska link pin, Miller couplers on historic stock. Converted to AAR couplers per Safety Appliance Act. Older city systems have unique coupler designs for transit stock, e.g. couplers on New York City subway rolling stock. Scharfenberg couplers on newer light rail and transit systems. Pin coupler on multiple unit transit stock. Russian couplers on industrial and mining stock. In this section, we'll be shedding light on Alaska and its impact on our understanding of the subject. AAR couplers on mainline freight and passenger stock in Alaska size. AAR couplers on the White Pass and Yukon route. Get ready for an exciting exploration as we unravel the mysteries of Puerto Rico. Scharfenberg couplers on Tren Urbano. Get ready for an enlightening exploration as we dig into Australia and understand its role in the broader context. English couplers, Norwegian couplers on historic stock. AAR couplers on freight and passenger stock. Scharfenberg couplers on passenger stock. In this part of the video, we'll be delving deeper into New Zealand and analyzing its key components. Norwegian couplers on legacy stock. Jenny couplers on modern freight and locomotives. Scharfenberg couplers on modern MS. In the upcoming section, we'll be dissecting Argentina and exploring its intricate connections to our topic. English couplers on and on. AAR couplers on and some passenger FI 87,131 DMUs and freight rolling stock on standard and broad gauge. Small knuckle coupler with slot-in knuckle for link and pin couplers on Shibata. Semi-automatic couplers on MS made by Toshiba Marubeni Corporation. 1956 DF Suminto Railway, 1962 General Bartolomé Railway, 1973 General Aquiza Railway and 1983 General Roca Railway. MS. Scharfenberg type semi-automatic couplers. Dellner on modern MS. DMUs and some passenger rolling stock in General San Martin Railway. Bell and hook couplers on various narrow-gauge tourist railways. Ferrocarril Pier de Bahia, Austral Fueguino Railway and Iconico Sud Railway. Brace yourself for an in-depth analysis as we navigate through Brazil and its far-reaching implications. AAR coupler chains. World Railways 501 through 504. Moving on to the next segment, we have Chile. AAR couplers on English couplers. Weekend coaches and locomotives bought from Spain. Scharfenberg couplers in passenger units bought from Spain. In this segment, we'll be unraveling the complexities of Paraguay and exploring its multifaceted nature. English couplers. With that being said, let's now move on to Uruguay. English couplers. Main stock. Jenny coupler. Brill 60 motorcar. Stay connected and join our community by subscribing and following me on other platforms.